Thank you for joining me, Theresa. Hello and welcome to Circles of Inspiration, everyone. My name is Anna Pereira. I want to thank you for joining us today with this really inspirational conversation with one of my dear friends and members of the Wellness Universe. She's our Peace of Mind meditation guide, Theresa Micheletti. Theresa, thank you so much for joining me here on Circles of Inspiration. How are you today?
I'm good. Thank you for inviting me.
I'm so excited to have you. I've been looking forward to this conversation because, we've been friends and we've been acquainted for such a while now. You came out to our soul retreat a year and a half ago now, and you led our group through meditation. And meditation has been one of your specialties that you've been offering the world through all of your accumulated wisdom and practices and everything that you do, all the guidance that you received, you pour into your meditations and how you spiritually guide people in the world. But I just wanted to take one moment and just welcome everyone who's watching us live here on Circles of Inspiration. We're here speaking today to Theresa Micheletti and how she communicates with the angels. In addition to talking about meditation today and how important it is to incorporate it into your life and the benefits of it. So, Theresa, a little bit about Circles of Inspiration, in case you don't know, which I do know, you know all about Circles of Inspiration. We have some of the most wonderful folks here. I am so blessed and honored and grateful to be connected with my audience here in Circles of Inspiration because they come here to fill their spiritual cup, to fill their self-care cup. And this conversation that I'm having with you today, I feel is going to be something that is going to really help everyone here who's exposed to what we're going to be talking about today, because we are very much in tune with how essential our spiritual well-being is important, how important it is to our well-being and how we live our lives. So without me taking up too much more time, Theresa, I would love for you to share with the audience here a little bit about your background, a little bit about your expertise, and tell me, where did it all begin for you?
When I was a little girl, I remember going to Sunday school and thinking, that part isn't right. That part isn't right. So when I was little, I was questioning and trying to figure out what was true for me and what made sense in the world. And I started gathering information. And a friend of mine took me to see Sylvia Browne, a lecture of Sylvia Browne's. And I got a notice that said I could join this organization. I thought, well, I'm not going to join the organization unless I've actually been there. So I went to Sylvia's church and figured out what was going on, and I loved it. The best thing about it was they started out by saying, everyone find their own truth and let the rest go. And I thought, this is for me. This is for me. So I started taking classes and I started studying, and I became a minister in her church. And then one of her spirit guides came into class and started talking. You could ask a question. I asked, what color is my aura? And she said, you need to take the hypnosis class. It's like, and your aura is green. Okay, so I took the hypnosis class and I became Sylvia's director of hypnosis. So I went across the United States and taught hypnosis and did past life regressions and guided people to find out information. And I just keep studying and gathering information from as many places as I can. So that's the beginning of that journey. So
I love it. That's inspiring. But for those who don't know who Sylvia Browne is, by the way, I saw her at the Learning Annex in Manhattan a long time ago, and she actually, and you just reminded me of this, she actually led us through a guided visualization meditation, which is my very first one that
oh,
yes, it was the first one that I had experienced that someone
mhm.
did a guided meditation for, and I specifically remember her taking us through this meditation and saying, there's a big door in front of you, open the door, go up the stairs, and then you're sitting on a chair and you look over to your side and who's sitting next to you? And I saw my deceased grandmother. So it was tears running down my face. We were there at the Learning Annex in Manhattan. It was a huge group full of people, hundreds of people were there. And it was the very first time that I was led through a visualization and guided meditation in my entire life in public with other people, and it was that impactful. So share with our audience who Sylvia Browne actually is in case they have not heard of the most famous Sylvia Browne.
She was a psychic, and she started her own church. She had a foundation, a research foundation, and did a whole bunch of hypnosis, and professors from Stanford tested her, and paranormal, and mainly she was on Montel Williams a lot, and she was on other shows on television.
Oprah Winfrey. That's how I discovered her.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So mainly she taught lots of classes. She would do lots of lectures, and she encouraged us, the congregation, to be administering to people who wanted to have more spiritual knowledge, which is why I started taking the classes, because I wanted to know more. And I loved going to trance classes where she would go into a trance. She'd go sit on a bench on the other side and not remember anything, just rest. And her spirit guide would come in and teach us. You could ask a spirit guide questions about the other side. You could find out about what's happening in life. Why is this happening right now? Or what's happening in the universe? It was just so interesting. I just couldn't stop going. So for years, I went to trance classes, which is what brought me to angels, because when Sylvia died, the classes stopped and I didn't have the inside story anymore. So I was complaining to my angels and my spirit guide one day about, I need somebody who's a trance channel that I can trust. I need some information. I need to know what's going on, because I know the world is changing. I know we're in a time of shift, but I want to know what to do. I want to know what's happening. So the natural progression was, of course, one of my friends sent me a video of someone who was channeling angels. And so I watched that, and she was offering some classes. So I started taking those, and it just transitioned. I started taking group classes where peaceful meditation to make you feel better. And it would be like an hour or more long, and I felt better. And then the Angel Channel offered a small group. There's 7 of us, including her, in this small group that meet all the time. We meet once a month, and the angels come in our group. But I figured out I have had 65 personal sessions, private sessions with angels. 65. That's a lot of hours. And most of the time it's like an hour and a half, not just an hour. So I've gotten kind of intimate with the angels. I remember complaining about my not being able to get information and channeling. And I was talking to the angels one morning before my first private session with the Angel Channel. And I had requested something. Probably you guys too. You talk to your spirit guide, you talk to your angels, and then you don't expect a personal response. Well, that afternoon, I got a personal response exactly to my questions that morning. And then, I'm sort of skeptical. So I'm going, okay, I know that this person 3 states away, that's this angel channel, is not in my house. So they can't know exactly what I said in the morning. And the angels specifically answered my question. And then They were using my personal hypnosis techniques, working in a meditation with me and doing a healing with me. My techniques, my words, my exact words, my favorite things to say to people to help them, they were using with me. So it's like, okay, she's not making this up. This is really angels talking to me. I couldn't believe it. It's like, okay, I guess these guys are for real. It was amazing.
Theresa, that is fascinating. I want to know, how long were you under spiritual development in communication with angels before you had that experience? How long did it take you?
I did not. I did not. I talked to angels. I like you talk to, okay, I know my spirit guides around somewhere. I know my personal angels around. I want you to protect me today. I want you to help me figure out what to do with this new job that I have. Make me calm, those kind of things. But I didn't actually, I have seen angels. Sometimes I can see through the veil. I can see in my mind's eye a lot, but sometimes I actually like see an angel through the veil, or see a spirit guide through the veil, or see, but I had not communicated with them directly. Just mentally, I know I get infusion. Like when I'm doing a spontaneous meditation or I'm doing a talk with a group, I'll get infusion and thoughts that come to me that have nothing to do with my notes. It's just like, oh, that's interesting that that's true. And I just go with that. I go with the flow, and I love that kind of thing where you get infusion and you get clarity and you get more concrete ideas that you can help people with, which is why I like meditation, because it helps people to calm down. It helps people to focus, it helps people to get out of their everyday craziness. It gives you a time to just step away. And the angels are just so helpful with everything. I have been amazed at how even a small little thing, like I knew that I use crystals to help people heal. I'm a crystal channel also. And I was using crystals, and I decided to use them in a different way. I decided to raise a person's vibration before I actually did the crystal healing. And the angels had taught me how to do this many times, how to raise people's vibration. So I was raising people's vibration and using the crystals. And then I asked the angels directly, am I not supposed to do that? Am I hurting the process of healing people with crystals by asking other angels to come and help them change their energy and raise their vibration? And they said no. And I could, in my mind's eye, I could see them celebrating. Angels celebrate when we are doing something that's just a step forward. We gain something in spirituality. We finally understand something. They literally celebrate. They celebrate us. Not only do angels send you joy every single day, they are so positive. They are so loving. If you do something you think is a mistake, they don't think it's a mistake. They know that we're not perfect, and they know that we're just trying to get through the day and get through life, and that's okay. And whatever path you choose, they're there for you, which is another thing. If you do not make a decision, which sometimes I'm waiting around, like, okay, I'm waiting for something to happen. I'll just wait. I'll just wait. If you don't make a decision of what help you, because they have this sort of a law, angels cannot interfere with your life directly. Your personal angel protects you, but they don't change the path that you're on. They help you with the path, but you have to decide to be on a path. I know one of my friends wanted to work in her she lives on an island, and then she moved to Europe, and she wanted to go back and work on her island. And then she'd go, oh, maybe I don't want to do that. Work on the island. No, maybe I don't know if I want to do that or not. And finally, the angels said to her, make a decision. Do you want to go or you don't want to go? We cannot help you unless you make a decision. You have to decide, this is the path I'm going to take, and then follow that path, and we'll be glad to help you. But they
Teresa,
don't have permission to interfere, which is why if you want healing from angels, you must say, I give you permission to heal me. They're not going to interfere with your energy or your body unless you give them permission. They need permission to interfere with your chart, to interfere with you. So if you want them to help you with a court case, you got to say that. I would like you to help me with my court case, angels. Come on. But you
I
have to tell them.
I
You have
love that
to.
you said that, Teresa. That is that's such a huge point because I think that people because we even on when I sometimes share those inspirational memes, I say, call on your angels, right? And there's a lot that I share from, a lot of inspirational people about, call on your angels. But it's not like a joke, it's serious. And they need to know, like, you need to give them the permission. And this is essentially what you're saying is that you have to decide for yourself. And then you ask them for their help and the permission. Now, what if they see that it's not in your best interest, and you're asking them for help, but they're not by them not helping you in that they're seeing for you essentially that that's not in your best interest. Would that be accurate to say?
The there's two things. If your life chart, you have a life chart that you're going to get married, you're going to have a child, you're going to go to university, you have those big X's in your life chart that you're supposed to do. The angels will help you do those things. But if you choose something that's not in your best interest and that's not going to negate those big X's, that's your choice. I know one of my friends was supposed to move to Carmel and have this wonderful retirement. However, instead, she made a life decision. She chose to go with a pyramid scheme to put all of her retirement money into, and she lost all of her money. So now she's past 65, but she's still working because she has no retirement money. And that one decision changed her whole life, just like in an instant. And the angels will let you make those decisions because the angels see, it's sort of like an insect. You know how insect eyes, they have all those like facets on it and can see lots of things. Angels see lots and lots of paths. One time the angels took me to the edge of a cliff and showed me a whole bunch of people down below in this valley and all the pathways that they could have. Each decision we make provides many pathways that we can follow, and the angels will follow along that pathway because it's your choice. You have free choice to choose whichever path you want. However, if it's going to hurt your chart, if you're supposed to get married and you're almost in an accident and you're not supposed to be hurt, they will wipe away the ability for that car to hurt you. And sometimes people will say, that car should have gone through me, but instead, it just all of a sudden I was on the sidewalk. Well, that's because the angels can create miracles, because if it's not in your best interest of your chart, they will wipe it away. But if it's just a choice of, okay, supposedly you're supposed to get a house, that's in your chart, you're going to have a house. Well, you can have the shack on the alley, you can have the mountain retreat, wonderful view, you can be in a suburb in a wonderful little house. You have all those choices, but you still have a house. Now, I don't want the shack on the alley, so I need to be thinking about, okay, what do I want and how can I make that path? Also, you need to be specific when you talk to angels because they cannot read your mind. You have to say what? You can't just say, help me. It's like, help you get a hot dog? Do you want help getting a new dress? What do you want help with? So often we ask for help, but you don't say what you want. And the angels are going, okay, what?
That is hilarious. I love that you brought that up and to be specific in your ask.
Yes.
Let me ask you another question though, Teresa, which came to mind. When you are doing your meditations and you call in the angels and you're doing a group meditation, how does the angel that you're calling in or angels that you're calling in, when everybody has their own, like you said, everyone has their own, after you make your decision, their own path, and there's all these different options in front of us, and everyone comes with their own thing to that meditation. Some are personally sick, some are, they're hoping to get the strength to help somebody else that's sick in their life. Some want to elevate their consciousness. Some people want to, they have their own personal goals that they want to achieve. So they're coming into a meditation because they know that there are these different benefits and different ways that meditation does help them to, make manifest whatever it is that they want in their life. So as a collective, it's sort of like when we listen to music. We could all be listening to the same song, but one person could be crying because it evokes a sad moment in them. One person could be dancing to that song because it creates a happy moment. And, everyone has a different experience while all listening to the same song. You're facilitating the peace of mind meditations through Wellness for All programs, which I'm so excited that you're going to be doing this. But how is it that when you call in your angels and you are leading this meditation, that everyone benefits when it's channeled through the one through you? I'm just trying to understand that, like, energetically and like hypothetically and reality wise. Like, how do we all benefit when it's actually you and you're the one that's channeling this angel? Or do other angels show up because other people are there? How does that all work?
We all have our own personal angel who's like glued to us for our entire life. They do not leave us. So if you astrally meditate or astral project, whatever it is, they take care of your body. But there are so many angels, as I say, who are unemployed. Nobody asks for them. There's all these angels around, and there is no everyone. If I'm doing a meditation and I ask for angels to come and help you, everyone has their own group of angels. Everyone will get as many angels as they need. And because the angels already know the possible pathways, and because we've already said we're going to be doing this meditation, and they know who's signed up and who's going to attend, they will send the angels that that person needs. It's usually when I start a meditation, I say, this is my intent. This is what we're going to work on today. But if you choose to go somewhere else, your spirit guide or your angel are guiding you somewhere else, that's okay, because that's what you need to do at this point in time. You can listen to the recording later and hear what I intended, but you may need to go on a different journey that day. And that's okay. Everyone has their own angels that are going to come and be with them. And there's a multitude of angels who are not busy right now that nobody's asking for. So having enough angels. And even though my intent is to bring joy for the first meditation of this series, angels are bringing joy to begin with. So even if you go on a different journey, you're still going to feel their essence and their energy. And because we're all part of, as you say, we're all part of the collective, then we're all adding energy. We're all adding that feeling of joy and peace. As our wonderful wellness universe says, we're trying to move everyone towards peace. And when we feel more joyful, more calm, more focused on what we can do in life and feel better, then we all move towards peace because everything calms down. And that person next to you who is irritated also calms down because you're sending out that calming energy. So even if you don't follow exactly what I say and my intention on that meditation, you still get benefit that you need, whatever you need, because the universe is providing an opportunity for you. And then you use it however best fits you, and the angels will help you.
I love that explanation. So I think a lot of us kind of wonder, like, how do I, connect and benefit from it? So I love that you helped us to understand how it actually works. Now, Theresa, since you're going to be doing the peace of mind meditations, is it, I believe, the third Monday of every
Monday,
month? Yeah,
Mondays.
yeah, third Monday of every month, starting next month. Is it, no, it's this month.
Starting on the 17th of this
17th,
month,
that's right. My goodness, it creeps up on me. So it's the
a week
17th.
away.
Oh
Only
my, wow. Yeah, and I have it in my calendar too, of course. And what time? 7 p.m. Eastern? Is there 8 p.m. Eastern?
I,
It's
I don't know. I believe it's 5:30 Pacific, 6, 7, so 8:30 Eastern.
okay, and so we can sign up for that. And folks, I'm going to drop the link in the comments just so you have that after we're done recording. I'll hop over to my Facebook page and put the link in the comments so you can join. And it's free to register and it's supported by donation. Theresa is doing this as her give back to the world to facilitate these amazing meditations. And they're called peace of mind meditations. So not only do you experience it individually, but collectively in the collective consciousness, along with the help from the angels, helps us each individually, but also the world. And you mentioned that the first one is going to be about joy. So tell us a little bit more about what to expect. You have a different theme for each one of these meditations, correct?
Yes. Every month is a different theme. And I think joy is important because a lot of us start going around the world and being busy and being worldly. And we forget that we need to nourish ourselves. We need to take a breath. We need to allow ourselves to just be. And if we do that, then we can pay attention to the angels sending us joy. Our lovely loved ones who are on the other side, who are always sending us joy. Our spirit guides who are sending us joy. Our personal angels sending us joy. And I just want to focus on that aspect, the first session, and be able to just take a breath and get that pathway and in your mind of the joy that comes to you, and you don't even realize it because we're so busy figuring out which plane to take or which thing to order on the menu. And they're all these loving beings sending you joy, and you're going, oh, nobody loves me, nobody paying attention to me. And it's like, we're trying to let you know we love you. We're trying to send you joy. And I just want to open up that pathway again so people are more aware of the joy that's available to them. And it doesn't have to be anything where you have to go buy anything. You don't have to do anything special. It's just available to us.
Just show
And
up. Just show
yeah,
up and be open to it. Yeah,
just reconnect to joy.
I love it. I love it. I'm looking forward to these, Teresa. You changed our lives when you did the live meditation at Soul Treat, and I'm really looking forward to these virtual, and we can all watch them and attend them live every third Monday of the month, or watch the recordings. So with that, we're coming to the close of our conversation, which I thoroughly enjoyed. So thank you so much for this time spent with me, Teresa. But if you have one thing, one inspirational message or piece of advice or anything that you're guided to leave us with so we can walk away with some inspired notion from you, what do you want to share with us as our final takeaway from you, Teresa?
I think that we're all doing the best we can, and we just Keep on taking one step at a time, and you'll get through whatever's happening in your life. And just know that all the hosts of heaven love you and are sending you joy all the time. Just know that loved, and you can do nothing to stop them from loving you. No matter what you do in life, they still love you.
That is
That's
beautiful. That's beautiful, Teresa. Theresa Micheletti, thank you so much for being my guest today. I can't wait for this to be spread far and wide. Anyone who's watching this live, please share it out with your friends. If you're watching the replay, please share it out. Teresa, you have such a powerful message that can do nothing but good for those who listen, those who experience this conversation, and those who will be coming to Peace of Mind Meditation. I'll also be sharing the links on how to people get in touch with you. And anyone who's watching now, please put in the comments any questions. Teresa will be checking those over the next 24 hours and answering everyone personally. And if you want to connect with Teresa, we'll have that information. But Teresa, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I am blessed to have you as my friend and also a Wellness for All expert leading the Peace of Mind Meditations monthly. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity so we can share.